Faba Edibajo BTV and radio. And so Emre aso se oman ene amahodo so nsema mesaka se ewia prem to breka sebwe ene mitumi ade abesomo baabi bia wo na wotemenka enso etumi ade efi ensem no edoso yepa ne obetie ebi enso eni yekoko piem e Ghana mampanyi na nadodanko akufuado na wo se agina mu se ECOWAS chair no akache no ada dwumadi bi ekoso won krampumpuni mantem honum ya eja na ECOWAS fo akwa koshia community court of justice eno no eba beboa ama oman no enso etimetin pon ewo ne nsem emu yedi munchiremu nyina no ebetumi aba wakwem na ne ma akonanim ede amagana awefo ene etiefo nyina no enso eho no afi nso yebekwa akopie mu NDC fu akache na omukuo bi ayate ya ye frɛ ne tien ene omalanche app kwa waso bi a Ghana mampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama enso ene national chairman de ma NDC amanyokunu national youth organizer ede ma NDC amanyokunu ekopie mu dwumadi na se na nkɔmɔ ahodo no ene etimi ɛkɔɔso yɛde munchiremu no nyinaa na betumi aba wakwam na nneɛma akɔnanim ede amagana awefo ene etiefo nso ɛwɔ hɔ ene social security fo ede nsɛm bi ɛtudwa ede magana fo nyinaa ɛwɔ hɔ a muchem sesi ankrankra adwuma ekuo bia no yɛ wɔ microphone Ghana ha no wɔn mo betum so sa sebe ya mu betumi atua snit enso etimi ede ama mo ho yɛde munchiremu no ebetumi aba makwam na nneɛma akɔnanim ede amagana awefo ne etiefo nyinaa no enso ɛwɔ hɔ no afi yɛbɛkɔ akopiem enso tumintu na onya kopiem tumintu a eno no eye kuro bi eno enso etimi obono mantem nim na omo di nsem bebre na enso etimi atodwo omo chezi angasa social amenities no eye ade ho akwa atwe yie pa enso ewo omo kuro nimu yade munchiremu nyina no ebetumi aba na ne ma enso etimi akonanim ede amagana awefo ene etiefo nyina no enso honom na Ghana Black Stars yago kansi ayene Nigeria fo de bebo ani nyankopon ya adoma efia de di anim ya no baba yara sports stadium no ensembe ne free mu ba call up ne kran sen enesimi etie players no dodo sen ena etima be piem enso okumase na ne ma ekonanim ede emaye emu chiremu no nyina no betimi aba wakwem na ne ma so etima akonanim ede amagana awefo ene etiefo nyina no enso honom na dwumadi ya yedie kase eboi ebe de na ye wakono a eno eye breful travel and tour GOP multimedia Lucien Phones and Accessories, Genesis Fashion Designs and Boutique Trust Clothing, Eka bi pana na emekonanim ede magana ahefo ene etiefo nyina no enso ewo honum afi nso wunya kopie mo Facebook abenye live and clear na wanya dwumadi ni bi nso ahwe na ne ma so etima konanim ede amount eno no eye eja Facebook GOB TV and radio uko YouTube so GOB TV UKGH na ne ma konanim enso etimi ede amaye ewo honum afi unya bobrem ewe news portal na gobnewsonline.com on ye says to me live and clear enso on ma ne me konanim ede magana awefo ene etiefo achichi ne benche nyina ewo uko tuni ni so aye to me live for wa ye kasie enso eda ho no ma ne me konanim ede emaye eno no unya kopie mo hope eye GOB radio ewo tuni ni ho no na modern Ghana GH eno so no ye GOB radio www.gobtv.tv enso kasie etwagu wo wa ne emekonanim enso etumi ede emaye midi eno Oheneba Appiah Kubi wo frem na asaipe metumi ajusu ipa me na magye bre ede kasie ni nchemu nyina no ebro mi twa me ho aba ede kasie no aba kase bono enchiremu nyina no enhyase emfa emaw na ne ma nso etimi konanim emfa magana awefo ne wona wo hwe ewo Facebook nyina ne besre unya bepiem wo Facebook pe now the comments ahodo ni nyina no nso etumi edi amaye ewo honom na yenhye kase na se Africa na mampanyi na nadodanko akufuado akache papai ese ejinemu ema bibi memu ankabo muku ayato ne din ECOWAS no wono ene yetitire ni ede ema wo mo wadi nsem bebre na atudaya wo chem sesesi an mati makao sorry and so I be memoir ya and send fatanity echo was mbrano ewo ne sent be piem o man konkon Ghana ha wo motimi asi court ba time be no ebeboa ama members of state na omo ewo echo was asinyina no eniema so etima ko nanim ede ama wo mu ne sent no enra da wo de seminar create chebi enso etima hihye so nkrapumpuni mantemo no ma eno eye community court of justice a ene echo was for ene ebehwe ama sanema ni nyina no etimi akonanim na Ghana mampanyi na adodan kwa kufado ni mpanyimfo ahodo bi ebepie mu ase no edi nsem sei etudwa enso ewo ho no
of law and justice in the interpretation and application of the ECOWAS revised treaty, protocols, conventions, and supplementary acts of our community, and in settling disputes that arise between member states inter se or between institutions of the community arising from ECOWAS legal texts. It goes without saying that the court has a strategic role to play in the integration process of ECOWAS. In addition to its contentious and advisory jurisdictions, as clearly spelled out in the protocol on the court, the authority of heads of state and government is empowered under Article 9(7) of the protocol of the court as amended to grant the court the power to adjudicate on any specific dispute that it may refer to the court other than those specified in the protocol. The court must thus be ready at all times to assume additional responsibilities.
Mr. President, the jurisdiction of the ECOWAS Court of Justice originally fashioned the court out as an engine for integration. And I quote, ensure the observance of law and the principles of equity in the interpretation and application of the provisions of the treaty. In this regard, the court was required to adjudicate disputes relating to the integration project contained in the ECOWAS treaty, reduce trade barriers, harmonize national economic and financial policies, and build a common market and monetary union. By a 2005 supplementary protocol, which codified an earlier decision of the court in which it construed its original provision under Article 9 of the 1991 protocol to cover human rights cases, the jurisdiction of the court was significantly expanded, with the consequence that the court can now assess jurisdiction over 4 general types of disputes. And this has been amply set out in the speech of His Lordship Chief Justice.
In particular, the court is to ensure the observance of law and justice in the interpretation and application of the treaty, protocols and conventions annexed thereto, with the sole responsibility of settling disputes that may arise between member states and institutions of the community. In 2005, an amendment to the initial protocol on the court expanded this mandate from 2 to 4. Currently, thus the court acts as a community court, an administrative tribunal for ECOWAS community officials, a human rights court, and finally as an arbitration tribunal. We are happy to observe that the ECOWAS Court of Justice has indeed discharged its human rights mandate with distinction and has established a bold, authoritative, and globally acclaimed human rights mechanism.
Enti unya kopie mu pe enso ewo Ghana mampanyi na adodan kwa Akufo-Addo akachia ensema hodo otime adi tuja enso ewo ho na yakofa bia de ama Ghana ahwefo ene etiefo nyina no enso ewo ho nom no na ne ema ekonanim edi amaye na ye to aso de akonsenfo fremu yenkonko pie mu enso ewo ikuo bia no ehye NDC mako no anasa manyoko no enso ase ya ne din enso ene tertiary education institute network no de twanitia FN 10 wamudi nsembebere nanso etimi atoja ya mu chensesesi angasa de ya na ye ensembebere so etimi ade amom obu a peso ye 10 member nanso nso anya mepie mu onkra pumpuni mantemo no ma eya na ehon nsem akwa yedeja enso etimi ade amawom na emom no sesi an omode app surunku bi so etimi abawa enei obi bia na peso ye 10 member de yan so bekogogo unya kona kobo ni se kimanu anu no eniema betumi afa enso etumi ade amawom na wojumedie na ase no ewo Accra Absa na ehun sem no eko kama ne maye no ex president ani din ani John Dramani Mahama enso ekopie mo dwumadi na se wode nsem bebre na na tuja enso ehonum afa ekura no wo san kokokopie mu ehonum pe opanyina ne die ne Samuel Ofosu ampofo wono national chairman enso de ma NDC amanyoko no wono nso etime kokokopie mu ehonsem no etimi kwa kama pa de emaye afa lawyer George Opare Ado wono nso ye national youth organizer de ma NDC amanyoko no wono nso kopie mu bi ampanyifo we de nsem bebre na atu odwa enso ewodwumadi na se ayenko na yekotie se ne nsem na ezimi ekoe
to launch the TAME app, which is revolutionary in scope and will ensure seamless communication between TAME chapters and their members. For me, two stand out and are very important. Help in mobilizing volunteers for the party will be easier using this app, amongst others. And then also, most importantly, it will help us as a party to track constituency and branch polling stations of all TAME members all over the country and provide a database on the constituencies and polling stations that these TAME members belong to in order for it to be possible for the party to fall on them for special duties in their respective constituencies and polling stations when the need arises.
We in the NDC will always be vindicated because we always mean well for the people of this country. And so, launching this app is a clarion call for all and sundry to get on board. It's a clarion call for us to put our shoulders to the wheel. It's a clarion call for us to roll our sleeves and get into the trenches. We have over 40,000 polling stations. Then, over the years, I believe that we have churned out more than 40,000 people ever since TAME was established in 1994 or thereabout. And so, my challenge to you today is that the launching of this app should be a launch pad for spreading our organization across all the 40,000 polling stations and making our presence felt there, because it is at the polling stations where elections are won.
The culture, the cost of living, fuel price hikes, I would do care Fitian Kuduboga, but just when I click of a button, same information out of a Koboga, which we knew Biatanamo, and maybe Sakitano, and one among the nature, and I quite the first of their boy, and they are physical, so they are Manukuni, it's in a launches. The transfer a first of the years a tutor. The Jenny in your platform between a boy now your fast Aquinian so maybe yes a tutor, especially in your Mukumane school. Omana de be on social media, so Omana technology and academic social media, so Omana with the market until they decided to say, yes, I'll be a rather solve our problems in they are promoting NDC, a do pensua, a boy, and they winning power in 2024.
Eti una koko piemu enso dwumadi na se eja empanyimfa do amko piemu ho no ene de nsema awdo na etime de breye ne ambo no tofa no enso etumi ede emaye na yeto aso akonsem fufuru yenko na yenko nko piemu snetefo akache na amane ba yense kan ede free snetefo no no HSSC anu kame akoyese wono oya aban dwuma no wo monko na etime register for snet no ese ankra dwuma no akrabi ana akọ register for senator aban hen so etimi afato no ho so one minister for employment and labor relations no monyamfo ani din enso eni Ignatius Bafo awua omodi nsem bebre na etimi atoja ya zesi angasa de social security and national insurance trust no etwanity afani senate no edi nsem bebre na atoja mu chem so mo be nanti ankra nwuma ne so no ma be education na esombo na ekire se hia seja uyo obi a uye adwuma wanga za timi packet ye bia de ma ho na utia e ho snit no se be ya dachi bi ukọ wo pension pe e ho nsem no betimi akwaka ma e de ma ho na opanyina ni din enso eni Ignatius Bafo awua ye no eye minister for employment any labor commission no enso etime di nsem bebre na etimi atuja yenko ni nkoti ono so nsem no
but also extending its services to informal service operators. And I think that this is perhaps one of the best things that can come from SNIT, because it was the trust was set up for workers. And when we say workers, we are not talking just about formal workers, but we are talking of workers in totality.
So for me, all that while that SNIT has been in operation, they have not actually been living up to their mandate in totality. Why am I saying so? We have roughly 12 million persons in work. And out of this 12 million, those who are enrolled in one form of pension or the other are less than 2 million. So it means that you have about 10 million persons who are working but are not on any form of social security coverage. And these people eventually at their old ages will turn out to become burden on their wards. So I think that we should all give SNIT the needed support to enable them to be able to implement this new project that they are.
Eti unya kokoko PM owanum sepe Minister for Employment and Labor Relations no Honorable Ignatius Bafwewa ani etene nkan eho na enu echi no ana Dr. John Ovori Tenkran wono Director General e de SNIT ono shiri nse mebre na eto aso e de mai yenkoni ngoti.
Right, because every month you are supposed to be paying yourself. And then you calculate 13.5% of it and pay that to SNIT. And because you are self-employed, that SNIT is flexible in how you make these payments. You can pay monthly, you can pay quarterly, you can pay semi-annually, or you can pay annually. As far as pension is concerned, it's better than you can get anywhere else. And also, it offers such a superior value that if you don't take advantage of it, like I say, what do you pay.
Etinya kokoko PM hope sa enetimi ekọ so a onimonya fande ne John Ovori Tenkran ya ono ye Director General enso de SNIT no enso de na no di sem etuja e de emaye na yenko PM Honorable Kojo Oponkroma ya ono Minister for Information ono anese gina mu ema omanfo mo ofo ase ayirebi constituency no wodi nsem bebrebi etuja na kamia go ese oman no ye ya agina no nso etimi asibone papa no echirem se wono angasa de nanka FSHS no ade se ho aba emfaso nso etime de amani panyina no ewo ho no ana Ghana fo bebre na atena se no se papa ni nsem a wokan de kamia go ese wo se wontimi nkase ye ya ba be ye review enso FSHS ni mu papa ne si wontena ba bi anka bibisa da enso eho no na nei woni opanyina ne din enso eni Dennis etimi ebonkomo ewo abreja akoma FM morning show na etimi akoso ewo honum no na yenkon tie se na eja oni Dennis adua na ba Kofi Asante ahe etimi ebonkomo no se odi tuja no enso esimi efai
kakra free and send me no be a sibako yare I friend Kubi ama we are seminara and yamapo e kosoro fango bo e kosoro ukreti kakra na wo bibia senka nansa na nkata de no yewi ma osaka na sentre bia don se bebo so mi sakra na osanka e friend global supply chain constraints Germany mo mo e we are seminara e bia kan e Ghana Ghana se oja fango bo akosoro kakra oja nema bo akosoro the friend inflation global inflation rises maybe akai o hase abai bisa no se den obetumi ayi na even though we are seeing na ye ho akwa huni ni mo de akosoro Russia and Ukraine abeka covid ni Ghana no otumi ate ye brand so kakra elona o mapeni and near my brain, no way she was a bit the borders, no, decided to be a JB or not better to a casa die with the quite a fast way near market, but I test Kaka, a cow my bed, Kaka, no better now. Over mine is a customer. The Hannah sent me to my boss scientist to do cosmos, Unianum said, show for me, Daniel Cohen, or Daniel 7. Company, your budget, no. ɛsoro bɛsi fam na ɔsi efi na biribi wɔ hɔ a yɛte ne budget so ɛbɛyɛ yie a yɛate ne budget so nti expenditure cuts na yɛka no ɛfiti soro a bɛsi fam ɛfiri biribiara mu sɛ biribi wɔ hɔ a yɛte ne budget so ɛyɛ yie a yɛahwɛ ate budget no so ma no yie ma wo sɛ bi mu akyerɛ sɛ yes, the appliance is the review phase. It is make your program. We have video and audio be a matter.
Okay.
So, after the kind of say, appliance is a through ABC form, including the flagship programs in Nara. The will be a budget move. They are taking the budget to swear, you know.
My young this clarification was so, and I don't know what you are confirming as the Minister of Information is that Appiah is not reviewing free SHS.
If I mean, broadcast Appiah review free meaning cancer.
Okay.
As a Pamaka and answer the academic and do the American in Nara.
Exactly.
I'm also the job for each Monococa as a free
it's no Unyako PML or Kojo upon Kroma. Ani etene nka no ho a ode nsema wodo nyina to dwa wabra oni aduane aba Kofi Asante Dennis ono enso etimi ewo Akoma FM ebo nkomo anopai ewo ho me ho nsem ne ko nanim pa enso etimi ede emaye na ye to aso ewo nsem foforo mu ye kwa kopiem enso wo ntumintu na nya kopiem otumintu amane ba yen se kan de furu nse omanfo ho esu epaga na mampanyina cho ene mpanyifo akan bi ewo mu acho se ja unya be piem a social amenities pa se fa hospital schools adan no ene won kono ba no ya aka me akọ ese bi enso ntimi ani ho eto mo sere ga na ba onye omomwa enso osa na ma no ye nkoni nkoti etumintufo se no mo de omo nsem ni tudwa wa bra no mo ahempon enso etimi eta o machi ewo ho.
Madam Katrina, woman has a network. Better not to have a network. No more said I'm also a network. I mean, I'm going to one among the Biakus are networking one. This is a network airport. And no one knows, you know, we teach some blast in our Machadi Bra because of network, you know, about say our network in the Yadi with me about. Would you be on this Nibaha and also Yadi with me because of a network? The best thing was a moment, and I'm more you to for network. Umitumi abana be yem wase de be ya yanso bi ansem bi e koso ha no na etumi ani benfo akasa wo ama professional umatumi abaye mu ade amaye na say ye so insu e no no et say am say wo hwe group ati ya na e wo old town e na itu ade ba new town ani ba bia so enkwa e wo insu ye wonkwa e bo ho ban na itu free old town ba new town no insu e fa ni insu kwa na bi ni ha am say MC ni assembly no na itu ana mo ayedi ba ko e ba ha ye de ba ko ne de ba ha bo no se de say omode from papa e ba ma na ye no ano antumi anye yi ni se akwa ya pa ko no se ye bi sisu a e na se sisu a 24/7 no na be nyu agusa agusi ndi e besle ba info no se omomodi ase de isu ye enko e ba e ho ba ne de omomodi ase bi nya isu papa na community no matumi anu no mo anya apomden
to how FM the European network and only problem kasi a we problem o hwe e bose so ba unya ba bi fa na e bi kra fo ka no so ansana otumi aye ko it network some your problem if it's problem power come there answer ya ba cobra ti as sisi ya no bi anyi nti ama yesu sem so your problem man sisi ya yesu me pass a piota ya de sabe e bibia micro man sisi ya da dey say because of sound network assembly we nurse ni a oma teacher ni a oma we sabi o mfa say abani NMC ni bia no because of network nti enya de oba nti yes na nado sisi network aka tum na brem manke ese omoso na say abani NMC ni ana say abani nipa bi oba bia no this time no bibia sesa ese ho sisi network omoso yehu na eko nti yes na nado ni minister say omomo trala so wa be so amaso ahye akachire wo hwe manim ha sen ya edura imi a ande kasa bebre
etinu se ni akwa ye no wono wo tumi ntu ene rin sem nyina na tima to jo mo sere ga na ban enso no momra se bedwani se o meyo momwa se be ya niam abetimi akona nim ede amomo social amenities nsensem no enso eho na yentu akase ne so afe ye mowra mu obolo bon nsensemu na Ghana Black Stars ya twen animu ahwa senkeja Black Stars coach Otuado on any technical advice and any kwisuti no ebe to me at the man squad na ba betuja enso etmedia mai na sesi angasa me no kasa de 27 man squad no enya ba betuja enso ho no me hunsem na ye kama pa na players we ani ede kwa akohiem enso ani Nigeria de agba ani Nyankopon adme fiada wa bra no nso apọ mu si media sa pepepe ewo baba nyara sports stadium ho no na ne man so etima ko nanim ede amai na amane bona chese players awodo na so etima ba bepiem enso Black Stars camper ene every watch na ko na o me training na se na ne man so etima ko nanim ede amai Joseph Warakot osina kan anaso e goalkeeper enso England man mu a ehonsem na ko nanim Abdul Manan Nuruddin enso wa Belgium onu so sina kan Lawrence Atizigi ejina mu bia onu so enya collab ema goalkeepers no Richard Ofori enso sina kan e South Africa ya onu so goalkeeper beche endi ama Michael Kuno Ghana afo bobremo defense one ma Dennis Odoy o Belgium and Yadom enso wo England Gideon Mensah sina kan wo France Safna Branten Diani Dennis Kosa onu e wo Ghana he ya House of Folk Abrantie no wono nko a na ye Ghana ye premier player wetimi nya collab ni bie enso honom na unya kopie mu nso pe Abrantie bi esi akan enso Israel ni din eni Muntari kama na ahi wono so etimi agina mbi Daniel Amate Ebobi Sasna Joseph Odoy na Alexander Joku Abdul Munin enso agina mbi na Memphis no Idris Baba agina Edmond Ado ana Mohammed Kudus wono so ejina mu bi o Holland wa opon ball pa enso onum na Isha Owusu enso Ebobi ena osina kan enso Belgium ani emeko na nimede man Thomas Tepate ewe yemremu Ghana ya mefeda ba kopa yenya no ono so esina kan ewo England man ni mu a eni emeko na nim enso etimi ede ema no ewo honum Sasna Brant ani din ani Daniel Kofi kire over Afcon na bobo ye pa wono so esina kan ewo Germany a ehonsam na ekọ na nim ede ema no ave yenko wona ya woni nam tenten no aho no ye ja omofra mo wingers no Abdul Fatau Ishaku wojina mu bi ya osina kan wo Portugal Safna Oman anase Osman Bukari ejina mu bi ono so esina kan wo France ne emeko na nim Joseph Pentel Belgium Safna Yeboa enso yaw yo no ewesina kan ewo US wono ejina mu bi ave wona obeshego ede amagana Black Stars no Nyankopon ya adoma ye edefiada no pafenyo jai ono ewo Italy osina kan enso onum Christopher Entry ejei enso ejina mu bi ne emeko na nim na Jordan na you ewo England man mu menya sure so betimi aba bi Sabrant and o engineer amanfo aka se wentimi ema ntingen free player foforo enso honum Sasna Akwasi Wirit enso etimi gina mu aniema etimi eko na nim ede amagana fo ntimrante ye from so mu mesia kan emfama ye Nyankopon ya adme fiada wa abre ni Nigeria man betimi dia poani ni ahwem se betimi akopie mu enso ewo kata 2022 no emrante edu ba kono ana metime dia tuja na tenene obegina mu enso ene wa panyina ndia ni otu ado na ni technical advice abona chidompa pepa ni din enso ni kwisuti no enso ebegina mu bi na ne ma akona nim enso etimi ede amaye na se ne comments na esimi ebaye no bebre na comment e was answer mi hu na Ghana for the masa ade se abembuo no anya bawie ebi mu se on this squad part the novim kra and ebi mu se there is any injury issue with Kamaldini and as in my opinion he will be mixing na won sem na kama outim se Ghana for express mo efa call up abeye kire se ade de enko emfa maye enso hon ma owe se de jatakunfo kra so simi kan nsem atim se yen qualify ye be ba be pie mu e wo fia e won sem no aye kama